All right, what's going on, everybody? What's today? Thursday. Thursday's in the bag. I don't got my webcam on me. It's at my new office here, so just doing some construction, running back and forth, so you don't got to see my ugly mug. Today, fantastic day. A lot of two-way auction here on the day after FOMC. We knew that, and if you guys watched my video yesterday, man, I called the bottom before it traded yesterday, and I called the bottom. Obviously, our level held. We traded all the way up perfectly last night off 59.37 and off the E-mini. Traded right to target, man. And today levels hit really, really nicely. It was kind of a tricky day. I'll talk about some really interesting stuff that the price action did today. It was pretty tricky, but we're used to seeing this stuff. And yeah, I'll just document how the levels traded and just kind of recapping my trade plan, man. We had a great day. Team did really well by most part. Just sticking to the plan, man. It's very, very easy for the most part. If you like what I'm doing, give me a like, thumbs up, maybe like and subscribe to the channel if you want to join us and see what we're doing and how we're able to visualize a market like this and call these levels and have these levels and trade these levels and just get really, really good trade location. The link's in the description. Let's get into it. This is the watch list I sent out last night for the E-mini and NQ. You'll see how insanely accurate it was. And these aren't new levels. This is just revisiting old levels that you guys have seen before. And you see how accurate they are because they're still valid. Okay. So tomorrow's plan. So just a preemptive, when we sold off yesterday, under 6015 on the E-mini, I said, guys, we're headed to 5937. That's where we're going. We drilled down, and that was pretty much yesterday's lows was 5937. That's where we went long last night. We went long on 5937. We knew we would get bought up off this level, and we knew we would aim to trade up towards 76.25, where a decision will be made. That's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. So here we go. Full on crater, but not surprise fell. We trade right to 59.37. This is a solid level and a well-needed move away from all-time highs. Absolutely. I give strict warnings about 2 p.m. about trading today. Absolutely, I do. And warned about it during our morning prep. Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk. What's this here? NQ. Okay, NQ. I like the idea of 406 holding tomorrow, ideally, and possibly trading back towards 21,562. Remember those levels, boys. Wait till you see the chart. These are very wide levels, and I only want to focus on a few until I see the Globex session. Then we will visit some smaller scenarios. Over this could definitely play out tomorrow. Easily over 562 was 718. You hear that? 718. What was the high? We hit 700. They just wouldn't let 718 trade. What was the low? 406. Where is the intraday pivot? 562. Guys, this is sending it out 12 hours, 14 hours before the market opens. You got to understand the inflection levels in the market. If you don't, and you're just like the market open, you're like, oh, I'll just kind of trade whatever. Man, you're missing the whole game. You're missing the whole game. So remember these levels: 406, 562, 718. Okay, on the E-mini, the key range, as what I said last night, the key range here is 59.37 to 59.76. If we are to bid over this, I like the idea of returning to 6015. I said this type of price action leaves behind a destruction of structure and thin prints, off position shorts, generally ugly structure that needs to be repaired. Absolutely. It always repairs, but timing is the key. Yep. If we move sideways tonight, the lows, there is a chance during the cast session below 59.37, we trade the good old 58.98, and below that is 58.59. That scenario is playing out right now. All right. Okay. Let's get into the charts. Let's get into it. Okay. Wow. Let's close this up. Okay. What are we looking at for first? We are looking at NQ. Okay. 718. 562. Here's 718. Where's today's highs? 700. This happened last time we tried to trade 718. We hit 700 in a Globex session as well, and it just sold off. They just got shy here. So I called this out last night as the top. 718 ends up being the top. We come down. This is a older level here, 601, but here's 562. Let's just delete 601. I don't really want to look at it here right now. Let's just focus on a couple main levels here, right? 718, 562, and 406. So we come down, we hold 562. Very next session, it's not the close I go long on. Very next session, we close beneath it. What happens? We pull back, can't get the close. And we look above it, right? Sorry, we open, we trade down. Where do we trade down to? Our 484 level. This was a level that we traded many, many times in the past last week. We rock it up 84 and we trade above where 562. Where does this session close? We look above. Where does this session close? Right on 562. We open 562, get drilled down, right? Under our 484, above 484, whole 484. We're above 562, below 562. This price action sucked. It really did. There was no continuation everywhere. So every time this is beautiful. This is a stop run that they sold into. Same thing on the E-mini. E-mini is even awesome, more awesome, this candle. But very, very hard action to trade. But, right here is a very good sign this thing's about to go long. I felt this is a really good sign. But again, if I just waited all day long, which we did, and I kept saying 406 going to trade, 406, 406 going to trade, it trades. It eventually gets down here and trades. And when this thing traded, if you were watching, it doesn't look like it now. This thing hit 406 at the same time it traded 937 on ES. I called those levels 14 hours before the market even traded. What happened when we traded 406? We went in a 5-minute candle on the NQ. We ripped 80 points right to 84, right to it in 5 minutes. We hit it and we just absolutely exploded. 937. We traded it. We took it long there. We went right to 54 and above. We went right to our 54 list. We got 20 points on NQ, 80 points 20 points on the ES, 80 points on the NQ in like 5 minutes. It's beautiful. So we just waited all day. I did nothing all day long. I waited for my 937 all day long. I didn't trade any of this shit, right? Because I'm just waiting for my level to trade. And once it trades, I get this beautiful, easy trade that just taps the level and just goes parabolic. Easy money, man. Easy money. Just got to wait. So, again, this stuff is really, really tricky, right? But if I just sit and wait for my levels, I'm safe, right? I'm really, really, really safe. But this is what this is, guys. It's called price. It's like price discovery. Okay, so we haven't been down here in a while. We're kind of letting loose the bids off in the market. This is where you get these volatility runs. So we rip up, we rip down, we rip up, we rip down, we rip up, we rip down. There's no bid in the market. There's no offer in the market. What today was basically they're selling rallies, right? They're buying it here and they're selling it to you up here. They're getting you excited to buy the dip so they can sell more inventory and continuously kind of pound this thing down, right? There's no bid in the market right now. So all longs are being just sold into. So anytime you get into a long, you got to be in and you got to be out because there's no actual bid in the overall market. Okay? That's what I want to get through to you. There's no bid in the actual market. We're in price discovery. So how these sells usually go is we usually get 3 days of selling. So it's a big one, 150 points usually. We got that today. Today's usually followed by, at least kind of like back to back, like 40, 80 point days or like 40, 50 point days. I'm talking about the E-mini. And we usually end up selling off about, 200 to 300 points on the E-mini, maybe like 1,500 points on the NQ. So you got to know how these sells come. When the real sell comes, like this is a real sell. The market's correcting inventory and it usually goes on for about 3 days. Okay. So any rally in those 3 days are most likely to be sold. You got to study when they pull the bid because they do the exact same thing, right? Just when you think it can't go lower on day 2 or day 3, you're like, it goes lower, right? That's what we're doing right now. And I'll kind of show you a little bit of that. I don't want to rush through this video here, but I just want to point out how important it is to wait, whatever you're trading, to wait for your levels, right? But the power of order flow is there, right? Like using levels that I've traded many times, like these levels are not invalid. We just move back into this range of the levels. So I just know exactly what to trade. I don't got to do anything. These levels haven't left my chart. They've been on there the whole time. So I just know exactly what levels I got to trade. I just got to look at the market and analyze the context of what's going on for the team. Make sure I come up with a good game plan the range, and just trade the levels. That's all I got to do. right? So here's the E-mini. E-mini is my favorite instrument. So I said 937, 76.25, and higher up here we could run to 6015. We didn't get that scenario here. So what did we do here? We opened at 6005 level and we sold right off. Where did we close under? We closed under this level. This level here, 84, ends up being where these levels are positioned for me, ends up being a bullish close level. If we could get over that level, back over it intraday, we would trade back up to here and up to 15. But we couldn't get the close. And you see how powerful this 84 level was just based on where it was sitting in the fractal framework of the market. It tells me if we can close it, I know where price will go to because I know how price moves. But you can see here, once we lost a level here, 1, 2, look at this. So this is a stop run candle, right? This is all these people shorting. They lift the offer. This is what all these thin prints. It's a stop run. Bop, 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 bop. Look at where the session closes. It closes right at our level, right? On it. And then immediately reverses the entire thing. So they sell into the stop run. So pretty nasty stuff. And this is where I was getting kind of frustrated today, but I stayed patient. So if you guys remember me talking earlier, I have rules about how I trade these levels and how I prefer to trade them. So for me today, and you guys might think it's stupid, but this is what keeps me safe. I can't long this level, my 47.25 level, until 937 trades during the cash session. So I miss this, and I miss this, right? And I'm sitting here watching each time, giving an opportunity for 937 to trade. But every time we held 47.25, I ended up going long over you can't really see it here. There's a level here at right around here, 56 and a half. Yeah, it's right here. And we would close back over 56 and a half, and I would take that up towards 76. And I got those trades twice. But as I was waiting for 37 to trade, I'm not able to long this level yet. But finally, so I got some really good trades off our 56 level up to the 76 pivot. And they're really nice, man. Really, really nice and easy. But once we finally got the dip to 37, we hit 37 and we ripped 20 points parabolic all the way up here. And then, of course, we sold off into the close. But I was a pretty good boy today. I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited and I stayed out of everything almost for the most part. Should have taken this trade around here. Didn't real feel comfortable with it. Just where it was sitting, totally fine with that. But I probably spend on my trading day, guys. If I watch the whole session, I spend probably 95% of the time doing nothing. I maybe take one trade a day, right? Maybe two max. This is what I aim to take. I could be in every move up and down if I really wanted to, but to me, it's too exhausting, right? I let things set up absolutely as perfectly as they can for how I want it to set up, and then I just pull the trigger, right? And when I enter a trade, I want to be so confident in the setup that I just put the trade on and I walk away. Right? I don't even want to watch it because I know it's either I'm going to get stopped out or it's going to go right to my target. So the last 2 days have been pretty hardcore price discovery, and they haven't been the best type of auctions, but I prefer generally this type of auction, not as violent. I prefer a nice balanced two-way auction. But today was even a little bit more tough when you get these abrupt reversals, right? You're like, holy rip, and then sell it all the way down, then we rip, then we sell it all the way down. It can wreak havoc on a lot of people if you're not really engaged with the price action. But again, same with NQ, same type of stop run right here, just beautiful, right? They lift the offer, drill all the stops, and they sell into the stops. Just crazy, man. We were watching the room. I was talking with the guys, and I'm just like, are you guys seeing this? Like, just a lot of nasty market maker tricks out today, man, on the order flow. But thankfully we got some trained eyes, and we're used to seeing this stuff. But pretty tough session, right? But again, we knew that it would be a tough session coming into today. Thankfully, we traded the overnight session too, so a lot of the guys, including me, we were long from 9:37 last night, held it all night long, and got our 20-point move, and then we got our 40-point move, so that was nice. But anyways, guys, it's a later update. I'm going to keep this thing short. Hopefully, I'll be live streaming to you guys next week. Just for the first hour of the day, I'm going to spend the rest of my day with my team. If you want to come join us, links in the description, man. If you want some gangster trade plans and stuff that can, kind of keep you on the right side of things, come and see us. Right? It's a good place to be. Other than that, I'm going to take off here and finish what I'm doing and hang out with my kids for the evening, man, because that's what it's all about. I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Last full trading day, I think, of the year, and for the most part. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Right now, we're selling off. We're going lower, so it feels like pretty much know where we're going here. So we're going to go down here, down to around 58.98 here tonight, possibly even lower towards 58.60. So we'll see what happens. Right now, bids off. Look at that. We sold 59.37. We closed underneath it. We sold it. Absolutely perfect, man. Can't get any better levels than that. So I'll see you guys first thing in the morning, and hope you guys had a great day. And I'll be back to normal operations tomorrow. Have a great night, guys.